There we go.
Alrighty. So, hey everybody, this is Robert. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. And yeah, hope everybody is doing well out there. We're at the end of June, which is insane. And yeah, we're about to go into the second half of 2025. And
Mm.
oh boy, man, what a year. But I don't know, you don't want to hear about some real world stuff. You just want to get right to my interview here. So technically she they've technically were in a previous episode that I did way back when, but now that we're doing it solo, this is Marion Toro. Thank you so much for joining us on today's or this afternoon's episode. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and thank you for having me, Robert.
Yeah, for sure. Would you like to share how 2025 is going, or just any of your recent stuff, like how's life, how's voiceover going? You know, that old thing, shebang.
Yeah, 2025 has been surprisingly amazing. A lot has happened. But yeah, I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm a bit numb with joy from a lot of things, which obviously we'll get into. But yeah, no, my voiceover career continues to look stellar. I wish I could be more into it, but at this time my energies are a little halved because I'm, taking on you know, a day job. Let's just be serious about it. Not necessarily because I can't book, but just going through some other financial binds, and it's good to be practical about your dealings in life. So I always want to ensure that my family is safe and secured, and when I'm able to go back to voiceover full time, I will. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's happening. But yeah, I'm just really glad that you're staying productive and, making some moves in your career and
Yeah.
yeah, just really getting the ball rolling.
Yeah, I always remind myself to be consistent and staying constant. You know, I'm still booking, which is beautiful. There are moments where I feel a little doubt, like, oh, am I all right? Can I keep doing this? Not that I would ever stop doing voiceover. It's just more of, am I still relevant? There we go. And yes, I'm happily reminded I'm still relevant. So,
For sure.
mhm.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what a lot of us kind of think about from time to time. Yeah, and it could be really kind of, you know, frustrating.
And I think the best thing to do is to remind yourself of where you've come from. We
Yeah,
start with, getting in where we fit in. And
of
then we
course.
study, we train, we audition, we book, we learn from our co-stars and crew and staff. And, we not just reading the testimonials, but also sharing what we know so we can help others too. And that helps me know that I'm going in the right direction because I look back at where I started and I'm like, oh, I'm here. Like, yeah, I'm here. I'm still here. 11 years later, and I'm still here.
Yeah,
So,
11 years later. Man, 11 years.
yeah.
Man, I have a question about that in just a little bit, but I
Oh.
think to really kick this off, what would you say that out of everything that you've worked on this year, what would you say were some of the most challenging or just exciting, fulfilling, just that just gives you so much joy, just even working on, just doing voice acting and everything else you do? Just let's talk about it.
Thank you. First and foremost, I got to renew my contract for the Paw Patrol Toy Play series, which is awesome. I love working on children IP. When I did so before with Crayola. So, so I'm back in the house with Spin Master, and I had been there before when I worked on Mermaid High, and was hired for Paw Patrol. I want to say officially back in 2024, but I had auditioned in 2023. And I'll toot my own horn here. I had done so well on another project. That same company, my name was going around in rooms of opportunity, and I got reached out and they said, "Hey, I heard some good things about you from this particular project. We want to audition you for these roles." And, the rest is history. And so I voice, another new pup. I currently voice Liberty, and now I voice Boomer. He's ridiculous. But I also voice Mayor Goodway. Let's not forget Victoria Vance from the previous season. And hopefully I get to debut a new character soon. So yeah. But yeah, in terms of other projects, I actually literally have to remember all the other projects I've done this year. I tell people all the time that I just get caught up in making sure I just get the work done that I actually forget sometimes what I've done. So I'm going to look back here actually, and I'm going to see what projects I've done for the year. I've actually had to update my computer. So a lot of things are sitting on my external, and I guess it doesn't want to open right away. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Yeah. So I would say my big heavy hitters this year that I can talk about. It's just mainly Paw Patrol. But I do want to state that I got to go to my first red carpet event at the Tribeca Film Festival for Captain Zero Into the Abyss Part 2. And I got to meet the creator, writer, director. Um, I'm going to say his name correctly. Oh my goodness. I'm like super excited. Z Shadame and the rest of the crew and staff that were able to attend and got to meet Whoopi Goldberg. That was cool. Um, and we have been working on this project for quite some time. And it was, you know, another big, big win, like a dream goal that reminded me of why I'm here, of what I'm doing. And I absolutely love what I'm doing. And I'll talk about some of the fundraisers of other projects that I have later on in the podcast. But yeah, that is try to put that into a nutshell. Yeah. Just lovely reminders of, why I love what I do.
Look at you go. You met Whoopi Goldberg and just doing a lot of this stuff. Yeah, dude, you got to talk about it. Okay, now I need to know. Did you get
I'm
starstruck?
still, yeah, I'm still really numb. Like, I'm so mad. My phone, the flash was on, right? So I couldn't like take a quick shot, and I didn't realize she had walked past me until she's like, "Hey guys," and I was just like, "Ah, it's Whoopi Goldberg." Like, she's so little. She's so little. She's sweet, but she's so little. And like I said, I was just like really, I just really it was a very proud moment. Like I can say to my younger self, like, girl, you did it. Like, look, you're here. And it's not gonna be my last time. I know that. That is not gonna be my last. But it was definitely my first. And I'm still living on it.
Yeah, that is honestly pretty nuts how it just all even happened.
I got to meet several of my co-stars. Just amazing. Angelica Ross was there. If anyone doesn't know her filmography thus far. I would like to think she's probably best known as Candy from the show Pose from Hulu. And I just was like, wow. And she was so sweet and very, very nice. And, um, it's Cody Galloway. I'm like trying to think of all my co-stars' names now, and not even just the voice actors themselves, but a lot of behind the scene workers. Even the producers were there. Folks who've worked on the animation, done the marketing and music composition, and it was really nice to not just have to read the names off of the credits, but to be in the same room as everyone who's helped make the film thus far spectacular. So yeah.
Yeah, that is still just mind blowing to me. Well, at least that's something that we can add for this show, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, if nothing else, like don't give up. Um, I had not a clue it would I would be able to get there. I knew I that was always my goal, like, hey, keep leveling up. But it's just more of don't stop. Even if you're tired, you're tired. I totally get it. Rest. Don't burn yourself out. This is not I don't care what profession you're in, what your passions are. Please try not. You don't want to not be where you need to be, if physically, mentally, psychologically. You really want to ensure you are taking care of yourself. The goal is to not hurt yourself to get to where you want to be. You'll get there in time, and when you're ready, it's there's nothing to force. It just flows. So, if nothing else, please, anyone who watches or listens, please, know where you are and how to go about it. Don't move at anybody else's pace but your own. But if you know you need to kick it into gear, kick it into gear. But aside from that, when you need to rest, please rest.
Yep. That's pretty much what I say all the time on here. So, I think on that note, what would you say
Mhm.
is something that you love so much about being in the voiceover business after doing this for like, you said 11 years, if I'm not mistaken,
I
yeah?
I say 11 because that's when I started to get paid. I
Fair.
yeah, I started my journey into voiceover when, oh Lord, back in 2010. In 2010, I had started taking classes, had found my first coach, and I was really on my own with it. I didn't have a community. I didn't know there was one. The internet was still, transforming as it currently is. And, it was when I was dating my husband. It all started with a desk. I told him I wanted to get into voiceover. And, I had just graduated college. And they didn't have voiceover classes. They did after I graduated, but there wasn't a place I could go to really, aside from when I was, traveling for my coaching. But it's not like how it is now. I feel like it's a lot more accessible as opposed to how it was back then. And I don't want to lose track of the question here. Can you just repeat it one more time before I go off the rails?
Oh no, what's something that you cherish or love so much about voiceover? Just
Yes.
period.
So what I love about it is from the very beginning was just the support. Um the friendships and families you gain along the way. I feel like that as you go through your own journey, cuz it's not linear. You can go up but it can go down. It can be stale for a second. It's really nice to have folks in your corner who just either check in or say, "Hey, there's a gig." It's like, "Oh, thanks," and vice versa. It's it really is the community. I will always cherish our community. I love how when we come together when we're like, oh, we're gonna stop the noise when it's disrupting our industry, and I adore that. I love that so much because we really see how we can truly help each other, not just simply booking and performing, and being like, hey, look at, what I'm doing. But it's also when people take the time to help others, either get your equipment set up or, where to go to, casting calls or techniques, either technical or performance wise. Um, and just ensure that we all continue to elevate and fully understand, like understanding our contracts and or if you want to create your own contract, like like even with like what GVAA has done all these years with understanding rates and how to go about talking to clients so that you don't get ripped off, and that you protect yourself and your business. I love you know, uh Voices of Color, how they've been that and PGM have been helpful, you know, in terms of ensuring that we get our fair share in terms of auditioning and also understanding our business and how to protect ourselves um going throughout. So yeah, definitely the community I cherish. I love everyone who has just being themselves, and whenever they can, you know help the next person.
That is such a great way of putting it. It's just being being there to help somebody when it doesn't really matter if they're having a good or bad day. Just being an extra hand just makes a small tip. It makes a huge difference, whether big or
Yes.
small.
And I'd say you specifically, Robert. I feel like the last time we talked, I was not in a good space, and I am gonna go right on camera and say this, so um, I just want to say thank you for all the times, just seriously your consideration. Thank you. I know I'm not always like readily available, but I just wanted to let you know that I appreciate you always looking out. Even just dropping the line. So I appreciate that so much. I appreciate you. And yeah, seriously, what you're doing, thank you and congratulations. And yeah, keep doing what you're doing, please.
Bro, please don't make me cry. Do not do this.
But I mean it.
Oh man, oh
And I,
man.
and I just I'm thinking to myself, I was like, I didn't forget. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. No, no worries. But it's all you just gotta check in on people. You know, that's what you gotta do.
yeah, I know. Like I still have like so many rounds of people. I'm like, I'm just gonna drop a line or like a
Yeah,
GIF
just
and be like,
hey, I'm
hi.
still here. Hey.
Like I see you thriving over there. I hope all is
Yeah.
well.
Hey.
I'm not trying to come in and interrupt. I literally just wanted to say hi. I miss you. Hope you're doing good. Like, I
Yeah.
know. I wish, but I want to have. I like having specific like gifts for people. Like, I don't want to just like do like a
True.
because everyone has like their set personality, so I'm just like, nah, this wouldn't work for you. This will work for you though. So I'm
Yeah.
so picky. I will spend hours trying to figure it out, and then I'll
Oh
never send the
yeah.
message.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel
Like
ya.
send the message. I'm like,
But
but
yeah. I guess on that note, to segue to the
yeah.
next question, what would you
Hmm.
say has been really keeping you positive throughout the year?
Ah, all the things I've said. Friends,
That'll do it.
family, yeah, the work I continue to gain, to look back and be like, oh, like this is look, I did it, I'm doing it. Yeah, oh my God, yeah, now I'm gonna cry because I'm really happy right now. I really am. I am. I've really come a long way. I'm sitting in my sanctuary right now. I always call my booth my sanctuary. And I love that I get to be in here. And I've gone through a lot, because I have a few medical conditions, and there was a moment, or a few times, actually more than that, honestly, I wasn't able to. I didn't know I was going to be here, to be honest with you. And I just felt like if nothing else, if I can continue to do what I do, this will always bring me joy. Even when I'm tired and I'm not in here, I walk by and I like blow kisses at my booth. This is my baby, and my husband helped. Every sound booth I've ever had, my husband has helped me. He's helped me build it, And like I said, it all started with a desk and the fact that he believed in me. And so I'm really am just happy to keep doing what I'm doing, even if I end up only ever doing a fraction of it at times. I really am happy. And I know happiness is fleeting, but I feel so much joy. I really do. But I love what I do.
Yeah.
I really do. So I'm just happy to be here to keep doing what I'm doing. I am going to be doing auditions after this, sending in more
Yeah.
recordings to my clients, sending out invoices. Like, I love this. I love
Dude.
it.
Like I got literally this morning I've just been recording episodes, but in the midst of in
Mhm,
between it, I've just been trying to catch up with just a lot of just because I still reach out to folks that I'm
mhm.
still continuing to work with all these years, just
Yeah.
people that I'm still continuing to be have these really genuine relationships and friendships with, like just
Mhm,
even just getting to catch up with just a couple of folks that I haven't really talked to in a while just really means so much to me. Just checking in, like we were just
mhm.
mentioning earlier, just really makes a huge difference. I mean,
It does.
I'm just auditioning whenever I can, because I know that my time has just kind of been really split between just making a lot of these projects and also
Mhm.
just performing and acting. Like I just
Yeah.
man, just the thing that just gives me so much just peace and just a way to just really express myself. Like even though I could just be having like the worst day. Like let's just put it that way. I could just have like
Yeah.
a really, really, really awful, just a bad day, and then something will just remind me of why I just fell in love with it to begin with.
Yeah.
It's just something that is just really small, but it just like even though and I was just literally talking to somebody or no, I was just talking to my yes, I talk to myself a lot, which yeah, you
Same.
could
You're
call me
good.
crazy. Yeah. So and then I was just having like a deep conversation of like, you know, even if everything is kind of pretty much on fire, let's just be real. I
Yeah.
just never lose the spark. Like that just the
Yes, I
little
was gonna
kid
say.
in me. Yeah. Like even if something gets not like or I could just watch something or just be like, man, this is kind of, you know, I don't think I really like the current state of the industry, but you know what? It doesn't really take away just the fact that
Mm,
I still just love performing. I still wake up,
yes.
I write something, or I can act in something.
Mhm.
And I'm doing a lot of this stuff. I'm doing this podcast right here. Just
Yeah.
anything creative that just gives me so much just peace and joy and just everything. I'm just really blessed to just still be doing this. Like I
Yeah.
could just be having like the worst day possible, but just finding something that just makes me smile every day just means so much to me. And just sharing it to others too. Like I'm just not wanting to be completely selfish, but just giving that finding that happiness and then just spreading it to others is like one of the best things you could possibly do. Like what a gift that it really is, man.
It
It really
is.
is. Yeah.
It's I totally resonate with you on that because it's it it's euphoric. Because you really are in this space and it's real. It's so real. You've seen it on TV, you hear other people talk about it, but you're like, you're doing it. You're in the moment. And, and of course, we have our NDAs, so we're like super excited, but we can't say anything. And it's just like, oh, I said, I can't wait to tell you. And then it's like months later, or however long later, I can finally say, "Hey, this debuted." Like, I'm on Amazon Prime, which I am, by the way. Which I'll just drop it in here. So it's called Chuck Billy and the Marvelous Guava Tree. And as to not spoil anything, well, I'm on IMDb, so you could check it out and see which character I voice. But yeah, you should totally watch it if you have Amazon Prime, which I'm not promoting Amazon. I'm just promoting the fact that I'm voicing on a show that shows up on there. That's it.
Totally not subtle at all. Like, hey, just stick a hey Amazon, just plug me, just plug the show. Like, totally check me out. Like, I'm just in the show by
I mean, if they want to pay me
Amazon.
directly, like,
Yeah,
you
just
know,
residuals. Come on,
need some
you
money.
have a
But
resource.
because let's be real, hey, look, life costs money, okay? Like you need anything, hey, you got some moolah.
I mean,
Because
look, I'm just looking at all the stuff that I got around me. Like this doesn't come at a cheap price, man. Like I don't want to complain about me being an adult, but like, look. I have bills. I help my parents pay bills, and I just have to help out with like the stuff that we do on a day-to-day basis. So I'm not just
Hmm.
always doing BO. Like, I mean, it's nice to be paid doing voiceover stuff, but like, man, this economy, dude, we gotta, we need
So
to
rude.
step it
And
up, man. Yeah,
yeah, especially depending on where you live.
yeah.
And we don't live in a high priced area, quote unquote, depending on, but it for what I was making in voiceover alone, it's fine, but we're looking to transition from being renters to having a mortgage. And, I'm not discouraging anyone, creators, voice actors, whomever. Seriously, you want a house? Just work towards it. You got this, you're fine. Unfortunately, in the last few years, my finances just took a dip because I have medical conditions and unfortunate events occurred, personally. And so, it's a good thing my husband and I are great with money because, whoo, honey, the way we got hit financially, oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's one of those things where I'm really happy. It's a rarity we splurge on anything. What we have is what we need situation. And it's just more of I have been putting so much away. I am proud to say that if we needed to, like full out stacks if I need to put a down payment on a house. But we really haven't found what we're looking for, so we're doing that portion of the journey. But real quick, congrats to all voice actors who have bought a home on their voice acting gig money. Like I'm proud of y'all. That's great. I wanted to be on that level, but it's all right. It's different strokes for different folks, and so I'm just one of them folks that we gotta go about it a little different. And but I look forward to finally having a house. Oh, and one that's detached, not semi-attached. I don't want to hear my neighbors. And I definitely don't want them to hear me. I want it to be. I would also like to get a whisper room, if not, then just have one single room as the voiceover like setup. And I did have that in one of our previous, stays, but life happened, and I look forward to having my full out studio space again, so I can finally do some more camera work, work on my makeup like I did before, and definitely get back into writing. I am still writing a play. I don't know if I'll get it done in time for Halloween. I do this every year. I've been doing this every year for at least the past 3 years. I am going to eventually finish. I'm going to. I will. That's the goal. I'm somewhat halfway through.
I'm rooting for you. That's all I've got. And
I know
also,
it's
yeah,
yeah, no, it's good. Go on, baby, go on.
yeah, like girl, like the housing stuff. Oh my. Okay, look. I don't want to get into the specific analytic whatever, but
But
yeah. Did you know that LA is probably like at least 2, 3K per month of renting, but
I
it's
know
probably even more than that. Probably more than that. I might be wrong on it, but yeah. This is why I'm
it's
just like, look, I love what I do, but man,
it's
I wouldn't be
expensive.
right
We've
now. Yeah.
So I was looking, my husband and I were looking to go out there at some point, but then things didn't quite work out. And, since we've been over here, because I'm in Harrisburg, Central Pennsylvania, and I'm not from here. He is. So just Jersey girl over here now in Central PA. Like, oh my God. Um, and we're okay if we're not there. But if anybody needs us to be there, we're less than 20 minutes away from the airport. Like, we'll just fly out. I've gotten to Burbank because I fly to Burbank. I don't go to LAX. Um, Within 6 hours, and I've been in time, fully rested to go into the studio and knock it out. So it really always depends. If anybody needs us out there, we'll go. I'll see you. Either what, later today, tomorrow? What's good? So, but also, as I've stated a few years ago when I did fly out for a few gigs, the rate has to be on par with what I need. Like I was getting paid really good money, so I was just like, oh yeah, I could fly out, come back, still got some cash left, which I enjoyed. I'm very cost efficient. I just have to ensure I eat. I always go to Porto's when I head out there for $20. $20 from the last I checked. I could get a full box full of food. There's no way in the world I would eat that in one sitting. I would never wake up. Um, but I could have it as either breakfast and lunch, depending on how much I ate, maybe even dinner, and vice versa. But yeah, no, I love going out to LA, but yeah, y'all can handle that about $5,000 rent.
Yeah,
I'm good.
there's also other stuff over here too. I mean,
Oh yeah.
just definitely visit in LA. Like it's great to visit when it's either not on fire or when it's not in chaos.
Right? And everywhere I went, that's where the fire was. Everywhere I went. Oh my gosh. I always talk about it. I always talk about it. I was like, oh, Victor, we're gonna go out there. I'm gonna show you, and we can have some Yoshinoya. Ain't as good as it was when we were in China, but it's still
Should
good.
know
And
what that takes me back.
oh man, because we lived in China for a year, so we're like, oh,
I
obviously,
didn't know
a lot of
that.
people,
Wow.
yeah. But yes, we lived in Xiamen, which is off the southeast
Wow.
coast,
Okay.
so we could see Taiwan. Yeah,
Man,
that's
learning something new
was
every
really
day, man. Learn something
yeah.
new about you, man.
Uh,
Yeah.
and don't try to get me on speaking Chinese. I am absolutely terrible.
Fair.
I literally only know a few phrases.
That's fair.
but
That's fair.
um but yeah, no, I had always talked about going out there, like bringing him out there at least for a week. I was like, I just want you to see what I saw. Oh my gosh, since the last time I've been there, Cartoon Network's not there anymore. Um,
Oh
and
my.
again, like I said,
Oh,
yo, I still have the pictures. I'm telling myself, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there.
I
Girl,
still
but
have
then I
pictures. Okay, so crazy story. Not really all that crazy, but just as a
yeah.
case of like really just very oddly specific timing. But I
Mhm.
was over at Burbank, like my mom and I stayed over there, and we were going to this CTN like animation expo that they have every year,
Oh,
like around in the fall. So that's where I went, and I
yeah.
was like, you know what? Let me visit all the studios that I would love to work in
Yeah.
at some point in the future. So this was
Oh,
right. This was, I kid you not, it was the November of 2019, and this was a few months before we all went to lockdown for COVID. I kid you
oh,
not, and I still have those pictures of Cartoon Network before it just unfortunately disappeared and it's no longer with us. Well, the building, like I know the
2022.
channel is still on, yeah, but
Yeah.
I went in 2019 and I still have it. You know what? One of these days, I should probably do do a episode where I could just show off some pics of like all the old just stuff that I used to do like way before
Hmm.
COVID. I should probably do something like that. But yeah, that's something that I man, you just unlocked that memory because man, this is like right before the whole world just what did they say? Because I know there's the Avatar meme where it's like, and then everything changed when COVID attacked. Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
God.
And then the 2020s attacked. Let's just say that. Boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
those were
years have been
times. Yeah.
challenging.
Oh my God. Yeah, don't get me
And
started.
to be yeah, I know, right? To be in arts and entertainment, it this is not for the weak.
Mm,
This is not when I say, honey, and we have both said it, you have to love what you do
exactly.
because we will get dogged out all the way. And you really have to be resilient, regain your composure, and know when to like take a breather because y- you don't want to get stressed out, and stress will kill you. Okay, so it's not about that. That's why I'm like, you know what? Sometimes we want to do all these things. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Well, if you really wanted to, you would have done it yesterday. You would have
for
done it
sure.
yesterday. And that's how I tell myself all the time. If I miss
Yeah.
something, if I miss an audition, and I was like, oh, but I liked it, and I did all this. I was like, yeah, but did you do it? Did you audition? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. So if you really wanted to do it, you would have just auditioned. Just don't sit here and lie to yourself. I sit here, and I'm like, oh no, honey, we're not gonna play the little victim game today. We're not doing that to ourselves. Did you want to do it? Then you should have done it. So I have to remind myself the conversations you say you have with yourself. I have those same conversations, honey. And
Exactly.
sometimes I'm a little nice, sometimes I'm not so nice, but
Oh, no,
I know at
most
the
of the
end of
times
the
I'm
day,
not nice.
not nice. Be like, what you doing? Like, get to work. But we really should be more kind to ourselves. We really do. We need to be gentle when we need
Exactly.
to, because the world's
Sure.
already gonna beat us up. Don't come and defeat it. you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
I get some ice cream. I know it's like, oh, don't eat that right before the audition. I'm like, fine, then I'll have my green tea and ginger with honey, tea, and some nasal now. But I do have my sinus inhaler, to help my Vic sinus inhaler, I should say, to help, loosen up a lot of blockage I have. And, I jump up, get myself ready, and I go in here, do the thing, and yeah, that way I'm not waking up in the middle of the night. You should probably submit your auditions. I've done that. I have like I couldn't go to sleep. I've woken up around like 2 in the morning. And I'm like, all right, get in the booth. Get in here. So, but yeah, yeah, it's awesome still, pump yourself
yeah.
up.
I have so many funny stories about just literally going to bed and then just remembering, oh shoot, I gotta do this. And then let me
Right.
just get in the mood and get on out there. But I guess on this note, kind
Mhm.
of a rather funny way to end off this episode is we kind of get into some deep stuff and then we just kind of goofed around in the end, which always
Yeah.
happens. So, thank you for stopping by, Marin. And I'm pretty sure
No
people can check
problem.
out your social media through your website, and I'll just
Okay.
plug it all in the description. But yeah, I really want this to be much longer, but man, like I know we both got stuff to do. So until
I
next time,
understand.
take care and stay awesome, stay blessed, and
Oh,
God loves you.
same, honey. Same with
Amen.
you. You take care. All right.
Alrighty.
Bye.
See ya.